silent for a while. Deep voice in the dark, call it by name. Hands on the dials, nothing stays tame. Count it down, feel the floor shake. Hold that stare, let the wires wake. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show.
Hello, and welcome to the series called The Secrets of Scab Fu, where I will take you on a journey through the ultimate martial art. Each episode I'll be teaching you new moves, new ways to kill and disable your opponents, from an art form that's been crafted over 30 to 40 years. It is the best martial art in the world, and I will be teaching you it step by step. So let us begin. In the first episode of The Secrets of Scab Fu, I'm going to be going over moves that involve your opponent's head and face, the old Gregory Peck, and the noggin, the old boat race. We're going to be going through all the lethal moves that can put them out of the game. So pay attention and follow along closely. This is my sparring partner, Edwin. Today me and Edwin are going to be teaching you all about head moves. Stay patient, Edwin. First up, you got the classic. The classic, everyone's done it. If you're a street fighter, down in the gutter, when your opponent comes at you, you got the eye gouge with the thumbs, right in the eyes. You go at them, grab them like that, wedge your thumbs right in your eyes. That'll put anyone off fighting you. So let's go over that slowly. You get your thumbs like that, like a monkey claw, make them stiff and hard. You use these fingers to grab the back of their ears. So you go around the back of their ears and push in like that. Thank you, Edwin. And that is the first move. The second move I'm going to teach you in my arsenal is to do with the lower part of the head, the neck, the throat. This bit here on Edwin, right? This bit here. And what you do with that, you can do it in two different ways, a few different ways. You can do a palm strike, up into the throat, especially with a man with Adam's apple, crack. You can do a straight on punch, a karate chop if you want to get a bit James Bond. Give him a proper karate chop right there on the Adam's apple. So, like that. That'll wind them, put them straight down. And the third and final move of this episode, I might show you a bonus move if you're lucky. This one is very dangerous. It can actually permanently damage your opponent, a bit like the eye gouge. This one is called boxing their ears in Cockney, right? And what you do is you get your hands, you cup them, or you keep them flat. Right, you see Edwin here? He's unsuspecting. And you get your hands right on their ears. Clap their ears together like that. As hard as you can. Cup it. It'll deafen them. Pop their eardrums. So you put those moves together. You got the eye gouge. You got the throat chop. And you got the box the ears. Thank you for tuning in to The Secrets of Scab Fu. That was the first instalment. Now I hope that you take those moves, memorise them. Maybe watch the video back, play it in slow motion, watch how good I am and how well I perform them. You practice them yourself, get into the groove. You learn those moves, combine them, and watch the rest of this series, the instalments. You'll be the king of street fighters, guaranteed. Until next time, The Secrets of Scab Fu.
Scab Show. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. Deep voice, low and slow. Jonny Scab Show. Deep voice, low and slow. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. Chrome in the mouth, ink on the skin, blackout grin. Let the ride begin. Ghost in the rack, pulse in the wire. Cold little signal, getting higher and higher. Count it down, feel the floor shake. Hold that stare, let the wires wake. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. 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 Deep voice, low and slow. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. Low and slow. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. Turn the dial, split the night into one more pulse, and it comes for you. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. 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 Deep voice, low and slow. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show.
Here's Johnny.
Hello, you beautiful lot. How you doing tonight?
Gather round, hear the call. It's the Jonny Scab Show, where the curtains rise and the spotlights aglow. He's the punk rock king with a heart made of gold, talking pop culture and politics bold. With his swagger and charm, he lights up the room, making sense of the chaos, cutting through the gloom. A bad motherfucker, you know it's all true. In his world of wisdom, there's nothing he can't do. Oh, the Jonny Scab Show, where the legends collide. Join the Scab Legion, take a ride on his pride. With a wink and a smile, he'll lead us the way. It's the world's best show. Come laugh and sway.
Hello, you beautiful lot. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. It's been a long time. This is my triumphant return, I guess. As you can see, I'm back with a bang. I've got my own StreamYard now. Making the shows that little bit better for you. Welcome everybody tonight. How you doing? We got Dennis Rodriguez, Abu Khan, Hansel Hauser, Basilisk, Felix Smith. All of you so far, how you doing? I'm gonna be doing a bit of a different show for you tonight. I'm gonna be chatting, covering some. There's a young lad I want to cover as well. Someone, a rising celebrity here in England, here in Britain, on the right wing platform. He's a patriotic lad. Goes by the name of Young Bob. I actually met him. I met him in the street one night with his mate. A guy from Manchester called English Ned. And they're patriots. So Young Bob is he does debates. He's like the British Charlie Kirk, really. He kind of sits down, states the facts to people, like clean, states all the facts, and then people argue against him, you know, the typical lefties, typical Karens. But he's a young lad, he's only 18, and he takes a lot of shit. He got beat up by Antifa recently. I'm going to put the link in the chat tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because I am a lovely, nice guy. If you want to come on, then come on, and we will have you. But yeah, going back to young Bob. In Britain at the minute, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a crisis, right? And you know, you might think we're exaggerating it over here. It's basically a communist nation now. Right, we did have Keir Starmer. It's not got any better. They might want you to believe it now. Keir Starmer's gone. Yeah, Antifa. Yeah, they're little. You know of young Bob, Mr. Smith? Yeah, he's a rising celebrity. He's a very clever lad as well. He's intelligent. I'm going to be putting him up in a minute. Because he doesn't mind me playing his clips. I've spoken to him. And Antifa, yeah, I've always been a outspoken enemy of Antifa, to be honest. I've been on various marches where I've come up against them. And they're not nice people, to be honest. Whether they were on the left or the right, there's something wrong with them in the head. So they'd be one of those, they're just naturally nasty, spiteful people. They think they're doing it for a good cause, but they're not. Yeah. And young Bob has took the brunt of it. He's took the brunt of it quite big time. I'll put him up. This, ladies and gentlemen, is young Bob. And he's debating with an old lady there, by the looks of it. And we'll have a listen to this, all right? He's a very clever lad, so please pay attention.
Question. As a person, I travel over Europe quite a lot.
Yeah.
All different parts of Europe. And obviously immigration has existed for time to begin. What do you think changed it the last 10, 15 years? I was personally going there myself in cities like Paris, Berlin, that's completely destroyed those cities. That you basically can't even go there now, you mean?
So what is...
what do we have when we go to countries like say Poland, Serbia, Croatia, etc.?
Right, he's talking about here. This guy is talking about how migration has destroyed Europe. Right, it's destroying Paris and places like that. Just for the context,
those haven't seen those effects.
Can I just quickly interrupt you? I can't believe that the stereotypical left-winger with the hair scarf and the hippie go-to. Listen, you'll be wearing that in 1 second, but then give mass migration about 50 years, and you'll be wearing a full-blown burqa.
Right on there, right on.
And you found that funny? Huh?
You don't recognise me, do you? You assaulted me a few months ago.
Oh, did I? Did you call for police?
Sorry?
Did you call for police? Oh wait, were you at the University of Bristol?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, here's some lefty, right, who's just come to his debate, just piped up out of nowhere, all smugly, right? So you don't recognise me, do you? Don't recognise me. And apparently she's saying that he assaulted her at some other debate, right? Some other event.
Oh, so quick backstory. They stole my banner. They nicked it. I pushed this woman to grab my equipment that she stole, and she started crying like a I can't say like a woman.
At the time you pissed yourself.
Pardon?
At the time you pissed yourself.
When did I piss myself?
Where was that? When you got chained and literally pissed yourself.
I think if I urinated someone...
Right, what happens, right? Typically, you used to get it with Charlie Kirk as well, right? At these debates, you got someone like young Bob there telling it how it is, and then you've got these irritated little lefties that come up and try and nibble away at him, right? You get these irritating little lefties come up, and because they can't beat him with sensible debate, a lot like myself and other people I know on Twitter and stuff like that, and YouTube, because people can't beat you with sensible debate, they end up getting nasty trying to make you bite. But what they don't realise is we've had it all. We're like brick walls. It's like bounce on, bounce off sort of thing. That they resort to nonsense, basically. Nonsense to get their point across.
Would film it. Pictured young Bob urinating on himself. That'd go pretty hard. But as you were, sorry.
Question: What has changed in the immigration in the last 10 years? That's completely ruined those countries. And what do those other countries, like I mentioned, like Poland, say Serbia, Croatia, where they're perfectly safe and none of that? So what is the difference between those sort of Europes and why is how can I say Western Europe on the decline then?
Yeah, because in the word of my famous Polish politician, if they have guns at their border, it's also a land border, so it's incredibly easier to handle.
He's talking about Poland now. Now, Poland have done a cracking job with immigration, right? A cracking job. They're cracking down on it. They're a highly Christian country, and they're really cracking down on their immigration over there. It's a brilliant job they're doing, and he's quoting a Polish politician now.
And they just pay the fines of the EU. They stick it to the international conventions that they uphold, and they say, no, I'm not going to adhere to your arbitrary definition of what a refugee is. I'm not going to listen to some yank, some lanyard wearing class at European courts saying that we have to accept a gazillion alleged refugees that are economic migrants, but instead we're going to put our people first. Now, Poland's a fantastic example. They have virtually no border crossings. Now, in terms of Eastern European migration, they're not exactly an ethnically homogenous country. They have, a diverse pool of European migration into Poland. But the reason why we always say they're incredibly patriotic people is because, first of all, they've had a sort of anti-liberal government. They haven't been infested by this form of liberalism, and that's partially due to the spread of Eastern Orthodoxy. Like if you look at Georgia, for example, they're having a fertility issue, and they just went back to church. And they saw that their children per family unit rates skyrocketed. So it's being anti-liberal, it's being Christian, it's putting a government that puts their people first, and it's understanding that some international court that's not even constituented in their own country probably doesn't actually care about their nation, and they should be a sovereign parliament that determines their own laws.
There you go, right? Did you get that, right? He's a very intelligent guy, young Bob, and that's it in a nutshell, isn't it? Really, that is it in a nutshell. Poland got some immigration from Ukraine before the Russian special operations. Still, good Christian folks working for a living. Yeah, they're just. I admire them. That's all. A lot better than Britain. They're managing their migration a lot better, and they're more forceful about it. We're a bit too soft.
Yeah. Oh, I got a question with the road. Is it a prayer bead?
Yeah.
Wicked. Yeah. Do you live here? Around here? Oh, right, fair enough. There's beautiful Orthodox churches around here. I'd recommend visiting at some point or another. But you have a very Orthodox physique, my friend. You can tell. Like, I stand out in an Orthodox service, I don't have a beard, I don't look Greek, I probably don't even speak it. But yeah, this is the boring part where I can't make sly comments about people who hate me, and I can't talk to people because everyone here agrees with me, which is a good showing.
Just for context, young Bob there is a devout Catholic. So that'll give you a bit of context in his beliefs, but he's also a hardcore patriot. But you'd have to excuse some of the religious aspects.
So I can ask a quick question.
Go on.
It's going to be really quick. Some right-wing vloggers seem to have an issue with Antifa, which is short for anti-fascist, obviously. What's your stance on anti-fascists? And if you have a problem with them, why do you have a problem with anti-fascists? Does that mean people are pro-fascist if they're against Antifa?
No, so it's mainly a culture.
Sorry, Bob, I'll stop you there. Why have people got a problem with Antifa? Let me think. It might be because they go out like fucking animals on the streets, doing what they want, masked up like cunts, destroying things and hurting people. I think that might be part of the reason.
Issue. So, like George Orwell talked about this, you can't overuse the term fascism because then no one really knows what it ultimately means. The second thing, obviously, being that so the anti-fascist movement started during the time of the BUF, right? During the British Union Fascists. Now, they were actually fighting fascists. The issue is their tactics and their organisation continued to grow when there was no longer fascists in Britain, which means that you're not fighting anyone, and they just directed their supposed fight against normal, ordinary people.
So you mean it kind of devalued the term, yes?
Yeah, it means nothing now.
That was all I had to say. Thank you very much.
Destroy it.
Also, as well, like if we live in a free marketplace of ideas, I disagree with fascism, but I don't think you should just attack someone, right?
Call them fascists for the sake of it.
On Mike.
If you count both your mother and your father and go back each generation counting all the mothers and fathers, by the time you get to 600 years, you have 1 million ancestors.
Yeah, brilliant. What's the point there?
The point is that we're all mongrels.
Pardon?
We're all mongrels.
Okay, and what's the point in trying to prove by making that statement?
I'm trying to prove that...
Right, this woman now, she's using the age-old argument of, everybody's an immigrant. Everybody's a mongrel. That is an age-old argument, ladies and gentlemen, what lefties use, right? They go, why are you so against migration? We're all immigrants. We're not all immigrants. Be proud of your race. You must have some roots.
Discriminating against one lot of people is probably discriminating against some of your ancestors.
Discrimination is a moral good. We should discriminate.
It's not.
We should say that we put ourselves first than others. We should say that we should put the nation's people over other people that are foreign to our lands. We do this all the time. You discriminate the care that you give to your family than a complete stranger. Now, we appreciate them in the same moral worth. However, it doesn't also mean at the same time we don't discriminate. We recognise patterns. We ensure our own safety first.
Well, I think that what you're actually arguing for is a lot of people really suffering.
What have I said so far in the course of this over-hour-long
Well, you said
discussion?
discriminating.
Yeah, discrimination is, like, for example...
So you're saying you're
a very crude and elementary example would be, we don't allow naked people to go into shops and be served, right? They'd say no. Or like even clubs, right? Sometimes they say you can't wear those, they don't do it so much now, but they judge what you're wearing, your shoes. You can't come in here with those trainers.
I just don't agree with you.
That's a form of discrimination.
I really just
we don't let people who are under the age of 18 drink. That's a form of discrimination.
I think that you're ignorant and you're...
How am I? Please teach me. As my elder, please teach me how I'm ignorant. I'm asking you, as my elder.
Notice how Bob doesn't get angry, all right? He destroys people with his intelligence. That's his whole style. He won't get angry with people. He's very, very intelligent for his age.
We need to support millions.
Preferably on the microphone.
I don't really want to carry on talking publicly, but I just think that you're ignorant.
I'm ignorant. You refuse to teach me. You're a terrible elder.
Well, there's some discrimination for you.
Fantastic. We discriminate against the bad elders of our community.
You're a terrible youngster.
Brilliant. And I'm assuming then that you wouldn't invite me to the pub because you don't agree with us. That's a form of discrimination.
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
So I haven't really heard, but someone was explaining. So you're saying we need to deport 10 million human beings, right? Like any particular type of human being?
Well, no, we're not going to do a raffle and randomly deport 10 million people. But so what we're going to do is we look at the classification. So if you're a net drain to the economy, I think it's pretty obvious. A lot of dependents take in more to the system than they actually give in, which obviously defeats the purpose of why they're migrating here. They should actually contribute positively to our country.
Okay.
Whether they hate our way of life. So I don't think we should have a proselytizing foreign religion dominating the religion of this country and the culture of this country.
I agree with that, right? Every country has got its native cultures, religions, whether you're religious or not, you can't deny. Well, after paganism, most countries picked a religion and they're kind of founded on that religion.
And if they're foreign criminals, which we're looking at 10 million people, including obviously the undocumented men coming here.
So you're targeting on criminals like
foreign criminals that enter into the economy.
People don't deserve a second chance. People don't deserve the right to try and improve their education, to better themselves, to work in the system. And what was the third category of people?
Sorry, I think you miscategorized one of them. I admire people who come here to better themselves. However, sometimes it doesn't better our country, and we should blame the governments for letting these people in under the first promise.
Where are we going to send these human beings to?
Back to their own countries.
Yeah.
So if you came from a war zone where you were being blown to pieces.
Give me an example of a war zone that we accept migrants from.
Give you an example of a war zone?
Yeah, where we accept migrants from. Because I can show you that a lot of these refugees don't come from these countries. And alternatively, they would have to go through like 13 different nations.
A war zone could just be a huge gang violence on a big area scale. I'm not talking about tanks, bombs, Iraq and Afghanistan and Palestine.
Again, maybe you should think inwardly and solve your own country's problems. And the reason why our country is incredibly stable is because we had people who rolled up their sleeves and decided.
That's one of the problems, isn't it, with today's society? Like, we got all these things going on. No one bothers about their own country, are they? They're all like, oh, free Palestine. None of them have even been to Palestine. Look after your own first. Tribalism, that's the way.
Got a bunch of MPs that run up billions of pounds of cost net worth just to run the House of Commons, and like a king that drains our country's system of
the king is the biggest taxpayer in the country.
And the biggest cost as well.
He's not.
No? Okay.
He doesn't actually take a lot.
So
pays more tax than you and I.
This guy is just stoned off his head, isn't he? He's like, oh, he's the biggest tax drain. Oh, he's not. What the fuck? He don't know where he is.
Actually take a lot from the government, and actually puts in more in terms of tourism as well.
You don't think there's another way to work around this, another way other than?
Unfortunately, we have to put a foot down and say that mass migration has got too high of a level, and we need to resolve it.
Okay, all right. Nice to hear you. Thank you.
But what do you think? You ask me questions, but sometimes I think it's sensible to ask.
I think if anybody's coming here or anybody is here, and they're trying to come here for a better life because their life was unbearable or something like that, then I think that's
Give me a genuine example.
Well, you said, okay, let's not include war zones, but maybe.
I'm loving this, by the way. New computer, no lagging, nothing. Beautiful, isn't it?
Somebody with a complete crashed economy where that system isn't working whatsoever.
Like where?
I don't know. Like, put me on the spot. I don't know. I mean, I would make up.
This is the thing. This is the sort of Western guilt we've looked at, right? People think that every country on the face of the planet is some desolate desert with no industry, no economy. They're suffering constantly. No, countries are poorer than ours. However, it's your role to make your country richer.
Okay. All right.
But is that your only exception? Because I'll ask you this question, right? If a migrant comes here and they want to better themselves, but they have nothing to give to our country, should they be allowed in our country?
Well, everybody has something to give to somebody, don't they? Everybody has something to offer, whether it's a friendly hand, like a conversation in the street.
That's not true. Not everyone's got something to offer. There are some people on this earth that are just meat.
Oh yes, because they're nice, we'll let them in, you know. Because they said, please, sir, I'll let them in. Because they hadn't used nice manners.
Well, I'd probably let them into my house than you, but whatever, innit? All right.
That's true, but that's suicidal empathy, my friend. Because at least I can speak the King's English.
What an ending. Look at that. He just done him, didn't he? Some stoned lefty comes up to this perfectly rational young kid, thinks he can do him, and then just walks off in a huff.
I'm so sorry that I'm not being so graceful today, but I'm very upset to see how Bristol being such a beautiful area of our country has just been completely put in the desert because of people like that.
Makes sense. It's Bristol, I guess. It's a very lefty place. Fucking hell. Graham bloody Norton just popped on. What's he doing there? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in so far. This is the new improved show. In a few weeks, I'll have my back wall painted as well. I'm going to get it all painted up. I'm sorting the studio out a bit. It's lovely to be back. Oh, hello. It's lovely to be back, and thank you for watching so far. As we were just watching, some of you that just tuned in maybe, we've been watching Young Bob, right? Young Bob is a British patriot, young boy, probably about 18. He's 18. He's had a lot of hate in the media, Antifa. He's basically our version of Charlie Kirk, all right? He was inspired by Charlie Kirk. And he kind of, he was inspired by Charlie Kirk, and he is our version of him. He does the same sort of debate. He's very religious. He talks about patriotism, God, and the basics of life, really. And lefties can't stand him. They really hate him. And I've started watching a lot more of him. Because I met him as well, and he is what he says on the tin, you know what I mean? What he does, he's a very intelligent lad, and he impressed me. He impressed me a lot. And we're going to be studying him a little bit on today's show. And some of the points he's making. This is another one from Bristol, I think. Another one from Bristol. And young Bob does this. He travels around.
Such a beautiful area of our country.
Sorry, Bob. He travels around different cities in England. In the public, mind, just setting up in the town centres, right in the city, in the middle of the city, on a little table. No security. You might have one guy with him sometimes, but that's about it. Just a cameraman, and he's got the bollocks to face all these people.
Just been completely put in the desert because of people like that.
People like what?
People who have a stick up their arse, who don't understand the real issues concerning our nation.
Bro, you don't know Bristol.
I do. I frequently come here.
It's a tolerant city. It's beautiful.
Hold on. I'll give you a fantastic example, right? So, when I was at the University of Bristol, I had a ban on abortion. I was chased out. People assaulted me.
That's why you're here.
Pardon?
You get views.
No.
You're here because you know people are going to do something. Which
Should
is
they?
wrong. We do. It's wrong. Of course.
Okay, brilliant.
There should be open to conversation, but
Do you want to have a discussion?
Sure, why not?
I gave him a round of applause at least.
So, some of them have got the balls to step up to the microphone, and some of them end up being quite polite with him because they know they've been beaten logically, and they just try and play it off a bit. Some of them have really bad tantrums.
You know, you're here for a reason.
Same with
you get views.
Can you ask me why I'm here first, and then you can
Okay,
make
why
your own
are you
judgment?
here?
Why am I here? So first of all, to protest. So I like doubling down when people try to challenge freedom of speech. Now, last time I was in Bristol, people assaulted me, physically tried to steal my equipment, and tried to use the police against me. I think that's wrong. I think that's a suppression of freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I am now here again. Of course, less students because it's not at the university, and of course, it's a Sunday, so most of you are hungover. But I want to challenge the most left-wing city in the UK about why they believe in what they believe in.
Is that it? Or?
Yes, generally, I like talking to people.
You can ask me anything? Or?
Of course, what do you believe about the banner?
Obviously, I disagree with it.
Why?
Well, I mean, I think my stance on immigrants is, I don't think anybody can really state that illegal immigration is a good thing. Nobody's saying that people coming on boats, undocumented, we don't know what sort of people they were in their original,
No, there are people saying that. you're exaggerating there. There are literally lefties saying that they'd rather have a refugee that they don't know about in England than a white English man, right? That's how crazy these people are. They think they can trust some sandman rapist over a British lion of a man, right? Someone who's proud, a proud British man with honour, respect. They judge it like that, and it's just insane.
Home countries, I agree, they could be rapists, they could be murderers. I don't agree that illegal...
The issue with that statement is it's equally applicable to legal migration, though.
No.
It is.
Well, it's
we
not.
We can only deport the foreign rapist when he's raped someone.
Can I
you know what I mean?
No, my point was, you don't know who they were in their original countries. At least with documentation, you can look them up. Are they rapists? Are they murderers? If they are, you're not allowed in our country. But nobody's saying illegal migration is a good thing.
The problem is with your argument, Timu Mick Jones, right? Your argument is totally irrelevant because these people get fake documents. They end up getting passports that say they're like a 17-year-old boy when they're like 30. They got people who will sell it to them. So your argument is busted.
People come in I'm not sure how true the statistics are. Nobody come in every 30 minutes on a boat. Nobody's saying that's a good thing. But a lot of these...
I wish... Hold on. I wish you seek its...
Right? Some very brave lefty has just power walked past in the distance and went, fascist scum. Look how brave he is with his man bun.
Eternal afterlife with your Lord and Saviour, because I'm not miserable unlike you. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you, sir, you miserable miser. Right, like someone like that, do you think it's acceptable? Like, you say the left don't believe in ridiculous things, but he's just wished they went to hell.
I don't care.
That's not.
Do you think it's acceptable to say that you wish that I suffer, infinitely? That's what hell is. Do you think that's
I know what hell is, but I mean, you believe I'm going to hell. I'm not a Christian.
Yeah, but I don't wish you would go to hell.
I don't
that's
wish
why
you
our Lord and Saviour went down and sacrificed.
Okay, I think that's wrong. We're not talking about that. Anyway, illegal migration. Nobody's saying illegal migration is good, but a lot of these right-wing, their issues isn't actually illegal migrants. They want to act like it is. They hide behind...
I'm not acting like it is.
Let me speak. They hide behind this moral facade of we're against illegal migrants, get these rapists out. But when it's just a man working, or someone like me, I've lived it my entire life, people might have issues with me. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm going to go to uni. I'm going to contribute to the economy. What's the issue with me? A lot of these people, they want to act like it's illegal migrants. That's not their issue. Like I said, it's a facade. They're pretending like, oh,
because if it's not economical, it's social, right? So I don't have an issue just with the economic, right?
But why do you have an issue with economic migrants? They're benefiting.
Hold on. I didn't say economic migrants. I said, so some people have an issue with...
These people are just thick, aren't they? They're not even listening to what he says half the time.
Migration when it comes to the economy. So yes, I do think that people who are in net drains to the economy shouldn't be here. But then it's also the social. There's also the social. So people who are net drains to the economy, right? I don't think these people should migrate, and that's an economic reason. But I also think the social is bad as well. So I don't think, for example, and I've seen it at Speaker's Corner, for example, communities of Orthodox Muslims that believe that you can have sex with children.
No.
I don't
that's
think
against Islam. That's not true.
That is
no,
true.
It's not.
It is true.
It's not.
It is true.
I'm telling you, as a Muslim, it's not true.
You can say...
How can you tell me as a Muslim what's true and what's not true?
Well, because first of all, regardless of whether you believe in a personal interpretation of Islam that teaches that...
It's well documented, mate. It's not like someone's just made it up and said, oh, all Muslims are child touchers. It's in your doctrine. It's just bred into you. They can't... Most Muslim men can't chat up women like proper adult women because they ain't got the mental ability. So they go for kids that aren't developed.
Okay, tell me let's have a religious discussion.
Fantastic. So 65.4 talks about the iddah, the waiting period for people who have not yet menstruated, right? So if you're waiting to remarry and it's a...
some people, that verse there, some people are menopause.
That's not.
Yes, it is.
It says for women who have not yet menstruated.
No,
and even if you look at the Tasfir, it refers to children.
Don't try and educate my religion. People that don't have periods, it's not just children. Women in their as they age,
it's not just children.
The iddah is not just for. The iddah is not just for.
Just.
And it's not. You can't.
So it's a ruling also for children.
No. you cannot marry a child in Islam. That's fully against. No,
and
you
your
can't.
prophet did. Yeah, in Iraq. So most Muslim countries in Iran.
Okay, look,
Wait.
This guy's trying to argue that it's not a normal thing for Muslims, but it is. It's in their doctrine, as Bob's about to say.
Let's not divert the discussion. My friend. You're speaking to me. You're not speaking to him.
We need to separate actions of a religion from the actions of a people. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even let's say, I want to get back to the actual brusque of what Islam teaches, but let's go even one step further, right? Regardless of whether you believe historically Islam has taught that, can we agree that especially in the Middle East, there are communities of Muslims that would teach that you can marry children?
Of course there is. Wrong.
Fantastic. Do you think they should exist in Britain?
No.
Okay, so we agree there that there are some views held within enclaves throughout the United Kingdom that believe you can have marriage with your children and they shouldn't be in this country. Now, going back to the actual cusp of it, notice your language, right? In the tasfirs and the commentaries, right, they do actually mention that this is a ruling, including within children.
Isn't like divine revelation, you know that, right? It's just interpretations from scholars.
There's tasfirs that like even abrogate and like tell you how to exegete the text. So I'll consider them more. They may not be infallible, but they're also authoritative because they inform your school of thought.
It's up to the person, not really. You have to follow it.
This is what I mean. Like, you know, interestingly, and Nick Griffin commented on this.
This guy's already lost the argument. Look at it, you can see it in his eyes. He's like a rabbit in headlights.
Liberalization of the Muslim community. Now, if I go to Tower Hamlets, there's a lot of people who do drugs. There's a lot of people who have premarital sex, and this is the consequence of enclaves who don't communicate properly with the British culture, that adopt the worst aspects of our culture, the degeneracy, the crime, and they keep the worst aspects of their religion, which is the dogmatic principles of their faith. I mean, even going beyond, for example, child marriage. It's largely agreed upon, and the NHS had to make a statement that Muslim communities need to stop marrying their cousins.
Not in the UK.
In the UK, yes.
I don't believe that.
The NHS literally had to release a statement, you can look this up, where Muslim, and they had to redact it because too many right-wingers were using this. You need to stop marrying your cousins.
What's your point?
Yeah, Islam teaches child marriage,
doesn't
cousin
teach
marriage, yes it does.
You need to stop marrying your cousins. And he goes, what's your point? It just shows you the mentality, doesn't it?
Agreed with me that there are Muslim countries that teach it. There is no formal age of
That's
consent.
against the religion.
It's not.
It is.
Well, are you going to go
Should we talk
against
about
your prophet?
Christianity?
Yeah, sure, let's talk about Christianity.
In Deuteronomy, I think. Huh?
I'll have some patience for the man.
I'll let you speak in a second. In Deuteronomy, I know what you're going to say first. The Old Testament.
I'm very happy about myself. You aren't, because you're uncomfortable because you're running away.
The Old Testament. I know we're going to say we don't follow the Old Testament.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Okay, well, in Deuteronomy, there's a ruling where it says.
Is it the shekels versus about rape?
No. Oh yeah, the shekels in the rape.
Yeah.
And the other one where if a woman is raped, should I read the verse out?
Yeah, you have to pay 50 shekels. Yeah.
No. There's another one in the same Deuteronomy.
Oh, and you have to shave her hair.
Nope.
Oh, that's another.
Something worse. If a woman is raped in a town and she didn't, if a woman is raped in a town by a man, the man is stoned to death as well as the woman. And it says in the verse, the woman is stoned to death because she did not scream.
No, it's
it says that. I checked the different. So I checked the king.
You don't understand. Version. So I can respond to one is Deuteronomy 18 and the other is Deuteronomy 28. Now, first of all, can we establish what Deuteronomy means? Deuteronomy comes from the Latin and Greek translation for repetition and second giving of the law. Deuteronomy is Moses on his deathbed reciting the Old Testament law. Now, rape in the Old Testament context isn't just referring to unconsensual sex, but also sex outside of marriage. So Deuteronomy 28 says what Deuteronomy is reciting.
If the word is rape,
can I? Bob has studied his shit, all right? He's read all these religious books. He knows it all.
Can I respond?
If the word is rape,
do you want to interrupt me actually giving an answer? Because I was actually being more charitable. I gave you the verse because I already knew what you were going to say.
I'm pretty sure you said the wrong one, but go on.
So Deuteronomy 28 is a repetition. It's reciting back to the other previous books of Moses. Now, Deuteronomy 28 is referring back to Exodus 22, which is talking about what someone should do when they're caught in the act of adultery. Now, according to the Levitical law, a person cannot remarry once someone is a virgin, right? So Deuteronomy is referring to when two people having consensual sex outside of marriage and what they should do. They should pay an endearment to the father and they should be married, because that is the best possible good. And if you actually look within societies at the time of the Old Testament, what most society does, and the biblical scholars actually use this as an example of how incredibly ethical the Christian faith was towards women. In a situation where a woman was caught in adultery, the man wouldn't have been punished, the woman would. Now, in the case of the other example in Deuteronomy 18, or it's rather 16, I forget, where it talks about whether when the woman is raped, the woman is promised but not a man. It's referring to in situations where the term rape is used differently, where a woman is giving a false allegation and does not cry out and actually claim the person's been raped, only when they're caught in the action.
I think you've just made up your own interpretation to justify it.
No, it's not.
The word rape is used.
Oh my goodness.
How can you say otherwise? Let's say the interpretation is what you said. Why doesn't it say that? Why does it use the word explicitly?
Because rape is used in different contexts.
Have you ever heard the word rape be used in a context for premarital sex?
Because I live in a society that has a very strict and legal definition.
Rape is... So we're going off a definition. What definition are we going off of there?
Fantastic. In the way that the text is...
This guy on the right, he's one of them again, isn't he? He's all for show. He's like one of these like virtue signalling lefties. He don't study, he don't get an argument. They go with the sheep, don't they?
Establishes the word. So I'll actually give me a challenge. If Deuteronomy is a repetition of the Old Testament law within the last 4 books of Moses, can you find within the previous books of Moses where the 2 rulings that you're talking about is quoted in the exact same way you're reading it from?
So because it's not quoted twice, it means it's a...
No, it means that it's referring to the verses that I told you that's referring to premarital intercourse. You just don't understand the Bible.
Well,
and in fact, it shows your dishonesty. I spoke about Islam, a religion that you believe in and you should be comfortable in defending. You swiftly moved to Christianity.
Because when I said child marriage isn't allowed in Islam, your first point was when I tried to express myself. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Because I'm reading. I don't care about I don't care about these liberal Muslims.
So you just told me you tried to divert the point, and when I confront you on that, you say I don't care about your opinion.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about your. I don't care if someone says the sky is red. If the sky is blue, the sky is blue. We can talk about the sky. The sky is always going to be blue.
Should I go away?
It might be a while.
You can wait, man.
Huh?
It might be a while.
Oh, so it's mainly both of you all.
My friend, just have some patience. Patience is virtue. Well, then you can leave. No one's compelling you to stay here.
Just wait your turn, mate. They're having a chat, ain't they? Wait your turn.
I'm just asking.
Okay, you can do whatever you want. You're a free individual man.
Yeah. Do you have time to come back? Do you have time?
No, I've been waiting here for some
I would
time
prefer
now.
this man finishes.
How long will it be?
Yeah. No, really short. Really short. Thank you very much, brother. Yeah. I was passing and I saw we need to deport millions. And I thought, why is that so very vague? Is it deliberately vague?
Well, I believe that we should...
Because I'd want to know what or who exactly you're talking about.
So I think it's... So the reason why it's vague is because, first of all, it's a banner. I'm not a graphic designer. I couldn't give over 100-page mass deportation document fitted in a banner. The second, obviously, being it's intriguing. All right, this is a mantra given by Rupert Lowe, and it's used as a way of engaging in dialogue. You don't know everything about me, which means you have to speak to me in order to know what I actually believe in.
So I want to be really short. So
you can see
who exactly
is basically the closest thing we've got over here to a young Charlie Kirk. He's got balls. He's a man of steel, is young Bob. He's gonna be a very important person in the future in the political field, I think. As far as nationalist British people.
This millions.
Yeah, and that drains the...
He's up there with your Tommy Robinsons and all that, really.
Economy, people who hate our way of life, people who are foreign criminals in our prison systems, and people who are visa overstayers and people who have entered our country illegally.
Okay. All right.
Was that it?
More or less, yeah.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah, but these people need to go. You see, these people need to go, according to you, because they come from somewhere else. So what I'm trying to understand is, well, this country has gone into different places, create chaos. Okay, let us say, I'll narrow it down.
All there is to understand, right? Let me put it in layman's terms, yeah, right? We are a small island. Our entire island, as Britain, like including Scotland and Wales, it's like it's not even the size of like America's biggest state, right? We're tiny compared to the rest of the world, and although we're amazing and we've always been brilliant, leading technology and military empire and stuff like that, we've always neglected our own people, right? Throughout our history, throughout Britain's history, whoever's been in charge has neglected their own people to an extent, right? We've never had it good over here. And we don't need more of it, right? We don't need more over. Think you're in a place, right? Let's just put it like this. You're a fish. There's 100 of you in a giant fish tank, and your owner's a right bastard to you, right? Hardly ever feed you. You got to fight for your fish food, right? And there's 100 of you. And then one day, your owner comes along and chucks 300 more in, right? In with you, in the same little fish tank. So you're all cramped in, and you got to fight even more for your food. And then the people you used to fight end up being your best mates because you're in the same boat. And then you fight against the new fish. That's the analogy, all right? That was a weird analogy, I know, but it kind of works.
Leave this country, go into Benin, destroy Benin, kill thousands in Benin, and this is 1895, just 13 years before World War I. Kill thousands.
I'm not really sympathetic.
No, wait, just now. Come away with thousands of brands that you kept. 1,000 here, you give Germany another 1,000, France another 1,000. One Benin bronze head year before.
I know what you're saying.
No, let me say it. One Benin bronze head sold for £1 million. You have 1,000 here. Is there anything?
I'm not sympathetic towards the argument that because of historical injustices that justifies the invasion of our country. I don't think that colonization should be met with further colonization if you believe colonization is bad.
So
I also think that if you look at former colonies, Singapore being one, they have the highest GDP, I think, internationally. They're a pretty well-off country. Look at Japan.
But that is why those people are here.
Japan is a technological empire.
But that is why those people are
twice.
Here. That is why those people are here.
I don't think we have an influx of Japanese migrants in this country.
That is why, not just them, from all over, that is why they keep coming. Can't you understand?
We have millions of Japanese people entering our country.
Not just Japanese, don't choose one.
No, but you're saying that because a country has been colonized before in its past, it must justify the invasion of our country.
No fancy word of colonize. You went in those places.
That's another lefty argument. Oh, because you managed to conquer and civilize loads of countries in the past, you deserve to be conquered and uncivilized. Don't make sense.
Killed and robbed and stole, bring it here. It is here by the thousands.
Every country's done that.
Every country's done that.
Do I have to have a Norwegian citizenship because of their historical injustices done up against us?
I understand where it is you're coming from. Thanks a lot.
According to this man, we should have no borders because everyone's just killed each other at some point. But as we were, if you want to keep on our discussion.
Should I go for like I was talking about, or
anything really? I'm an open book.
Well, I mean, I think you kind of twisted his point there deliberately. He's not just talking about. You gave Japan as an example, and really we're talking about, like, for example, there are a lot of Indian migrants here. I mean, I think we're all well aware of how the UK.
We don't accept Indians because we feel guilty about
I think we're all quite well aware about how India has been kind of screwed over by the UK for hundreds of years, and you've destroyed them.
We don't bring it in.
Oh, get the chip off your shoulder. People always use that. Countries been screwed over by the UK. They've been screwed over by America. We can't help it if we're better countries than you, can we? At the end of the day, we're just more advanced. It's not like we've done it to be naughty or be nasty.
Indians because we feel guilty
we're not
about
saying
the
bring
British
them in.
Empire. We accept
saying,
Indians because they're cheap
come
workers.
on, bro. You talk a lot over people, don't you?
Yeah, because I understand where they're coming from, and it's a relevant point, and I don't like people wasting their oxygen on points I already know what they're talking about. So when you say that, oh, we accept millions of Indians because of the British Empire, well,
I didn't say we accept. I said the reason they're here is because their economy.
Because we accept them.
Is that what I said? Bro, come on, man.
But no, that's the answer to the question.
No.
Why are there Indians in this country?
Yo, why are you coming off for? Why are you coming off for? We're not talking about accept. Who said the word accept? I'm not saying, oh yeah, sorry guys, sorry Indians, but sorry we kind of fucked you guys over. Come. We're saying the reason they're here is because their economy is so screwed. Brother, the same sentence I've said 4 times now, you've cut me off at the exact same spot.
You're not understanding the point. It doesn't matter why they're here.
How can you understand what point I'm trying to make?
If we close the hole in the fence, they don't come.
How can you understand my point if you're not letting me finish, bro?
Because you're saying, I'm not talking about...
Shush, please.
Let
me speak.
Yeah.
That bugs me, right? About British youth now, and they think they've got they think they can call you bro, right? Especially young kids, right? They're in their teens, little college kids like him, calling old men like me. They'll come up to you and go, yo, bro. I'm not your bro, mate. Just calm it down. Cheeky fucker.
Not accepting them. We're saying that their economies are so, don't cut me off, their economies are so screwed over that they have to come here for work. They earn pennies. The quality of life is terrible there. The reason they're here is because the UK has benefited so much off of fucking them over, screwing them over. That's the reason they're here, bro.
No, so the reason why they're here, and I know you're trying to make a distinction between whether we accept them or whether the reason ultimately why they're here, but it's no different, right? If we close the hole in the fence, it doesn't matter who wants to come here for what reason. They still don't come here. That's why I'm not sympathetic towards this argument. The other is, well, it's a brain drain, right? If we're allegedly accepting that the best and brightest of India, why can't they go back to India and make their country so great? It's a brain drain. It's unfair.
You can't change the world by yourself.
No, but if you accept communities, if you accept communities of go-getters.
Exactly. Why do we need all these people? If they're that amazing, why don't their own countries keep them? And why do they always leave their wives and kids behind and just send their military-age men? Strange, that one, isn't it?
As allegedly go-getters into the UK, that means India is missing out in great workers. That's why internationalism has fucked so many countries over, because we used to operate under, this is your country, build it up, also build yourself up, and then we can create a beautiful cross-generational politics. But now, because we're internationalists...
That's not what happened, though, is it?
It is.
The UK didn't say, India, build your country up, have your tea, have your riches,
what Britain did.
Have your riches, and we'll just take a little bit. They pillaged them, they stole from them, they ruined them, and now they're here.
Yeah, and they're trying to do the same thing.
1 second.
I thought you were
get
busy.
away with a smart little word, historical. Historical, you make everybody think, I'm talking about, back with Columbus.
I thought Papa Jar went home. He's fucking annoying, he is.
And all of that. Historical, I'm talking 10 years before World War I. 10 years.
That's still quite historical. Wait.
I was talking about what was stolen. What was stolen by them, that is worth, one piece is worth £1 million. Good.
I already know what you said.
Yes. No. Let me say so who don't know will hear. Good. You start talking about historical. I'm not talking historical. Otherwise, why do you every year have your commemoration to the soldiers that were killed in World War I? It is because it is not too historical.
Right. That old Rasta man's annoying me now. So we're going to have a little break from him because he was bugging me, all right? I've only got so much patience. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play a little game with you. All right, a little game. Let's play a little game. And sorry about the image quality of some of these. They might be a bit rough. First of all, right, we got this. Who would you sit next to on a plane, right? Who would you sit next to on a plane? And I'll explain to you your options. At number 2, you've got Andy Burnham, right? The British Prime Minister. At number 2. Well, next to number 1. Obviously, next to number 2, you've got Rose West. Next to number 3, you've got Jeffrey Dahmer. Next to number 4, you've got Hillary Clinton. Next to number 5, you've got Myra Hindley. You have to work out who these people are, right? Up at the top there on the right, you've got Whoopi Goldberg and Cam Kirkham, one of my favourite YouTubers. A little legend he is, legend amongst YouTubers. Whoopi Goldberg, Cam Kirkham, if you're sat in number 6. Then below them, you've got Oswald Mosley, Sam Smith, the singer, if you sat in number 7. Number 8 is obviously Bill Gates and Bin Laden. If you sit in number 9, then you're between two nonces, Gary Glitter and Jimmy Savile. And in number 10, you'd be sat next to Greta Thunberg and Joe Biden, who'd be sniffing her hair. So you got to make your pick. You pick number 8, you say. Oh yeah, you sit next to Osama. You'd probably have a good chat, wouldn't you? Wind up Bill Gates a bit. Poke him and stuff. That'd be quite funny, actually. 5. He'd sit next to Myra Hindley. But you'd also have Hillary Clinton behind you, in your ear, moaning at you as well. You wouldn't be able to put your seat back. Hillary wouldn't have it. But yeah, not a bad choice, I guess. At least Myra's like a woman. She's like got a big beehive on her head. So far we have had number 8 and number 5. That's not bad. I think yeah, Hillary would be a right pain, especially if number 4 was her husband as well. You'd be having them back and forth in your ear your whole flight. Like, shut the fuck up, Clintons. I'm trying to chill. I don't know what I'd pick personally. I'd want to be like a proper wind up, so I'd probably go between I'd either go, I reckon. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to sit next to Oswald Mosley, but I don't like Sam Smith. Number 10. You'll sit next to Greta Thunberg. Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't want to sit there because you've got Jimmy and him. So I think they'll be focusing on Greta with Biden, I expect. Yeah, I'd probably go for 10 or 9 just to wind them up, I reckon. If I was in number 10, then I'd just take the piss out of Biden and Greta the whole trip. And I'd be chucking shit behind me, putting my seat back on Jimmy Savile, crushing his legs. If I was in number 9 with them, with the nonces, then I'd probably have some deal going with Bill Gates is a nonce as well. If Osama's sound, I'll get him to help me bully the nonces. But then he might be a nonce. I don't know. Was Osama a nonce? I guess he was an extreme Muslim, so it could have been on the borderline, couldn't it? Number 3 for Hansel Hauser. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer. What a pick. What a pick for a homosexual German man, may I say, Hansel. I think Jeffrey would love you. Yeah, Jeffrey liked his blonde hair and blue eyes. So everyone's picked, have they? I don't believe it. Whoopi Goldberg would be a heck of a flight, wouldn't she? Imagine her whinging on it about all the chips on her shoulder. She used to be cool in the 80s, didn't she, Whoopi? She used to be cool. Like her films were a laugh, weren't they? They were like light-hearted. Then she got into like political stuff on morning shows and things like that, and became a right hag. But I must say, there was a time in my life where I quite admired Whoopi Goldberg. I thought, yeah, she's pretty cool. She's a black Jew. And I found out it was fake. I was heartbroken. She wasn't actually Jewish. She just made her name Jewish to make herself more successful in Hollywood. Years of dreams shattered. I always thought she was the first black Jew, Whoopi Goldberg. When I used to watch her films, I said, yeah, she's brave, she is. First black Jew. She wasn't. Apparently there's a tribe called the Israelites, and they're black Jews, I think. Yeah, it's an interesting choice. Seeing your pics is interesting. Very interesting to me. Seeing the way your mind works, you see. Because I'd like to sit next to Oswald Mosley. So maybe if I pick number 2 and ignore Rose West, because she's got, yeah. If I could get some kind of divider, like a curtain between me and Rose West, I could put my seat back into Andy Burnham. I could crush Andy Burnham. Whoopi has really bad gas. Her farts on plane trip would be hell. I didn't consider that. But I could have a brilliant conversation with Oswald if I was in number 2. We could like bully people from across the aisle. It is difficult, Felix. You're a gentleman, ain't you? So you want to pick someone who's quite civilised, wouldn't you, I guess? And there's not much options there. I guess your best bet would be like Andy Burnham, Felix, because then you could talk some sense into him. Try and turn him conservative. That's what I'd go for if I were you, Mr. Smith. Try and worm into the ear of Andy Burnham. That suits you, I reckon. Influencer. Yeah, right. Well, I've got you. It's a hard one, isn't it, people? It's a hard one. Even I can't pick a definite. But I despise Sam Smith. If I had to kill someone, oh, that's a hard one. If I had to kill one person, all right, that's the new question, all right, for everyone in the chat. If you had to throw one person off the plane and you could only throw one off just to watch them fly, like the little boy in Game of Thrones, make them fly. Right? If you could do that at the aeroplane door, who would it be? That's your new question. And ladies and gentlemen, if anyone would like to come in and join me, then you're welcome. The link is in the chat. I'm being very generous today because I can carry this on my own. I don't need anyone, but it'd be nice if anyone wants to come in. Number 1, you'd sit next to, I'm guessing this is for sitting next to, yeah. You'd sit at number 1. That's one of the least, yeah, you're in the corner, you're out the way. Andy Burnham's probably a bit of a pussy, so he'd be on his earphones. He won't interrupt you, I doubt. Yeah, number 1, you and Dennis. Yeah, you both picked number 1. It's the best. It's the most influential, I reckon. Unless, of course, you could talk to Oswald Mosley and Osama bin Laden, and even get Bill Gates on side. You can make some kind of amazing rebellion, some private army. Bring Oswald Mosley back from the dead. Make Bill Gates bring him back. And Osama, we'd have to sort of fish him out from wherever he went. Make some kind of clone, I guess. Oh, for throwing out the window. Andy Burnham. Yeah, it's a good choice. That's a good choice. Mine would probably be... Oh, it's such a hard choice. It's between Sam Smith and Jimmy Savile, I reckon. because both of them would be enjoyable to watch plummet to their deaths. I think. Well, most of those people would be, but Sam Smith and Jimmy Savile would be like extra enjoyable. So if I had to pick one, probably Savile, because he's a bit more horrific. Yeah, I'd chuck Savile out. And steal his cigars as well. I'd nick all his cigars first. Take them out of his pocket. Say goodbye, Jim. John will fix it. Kick him out the plane. I'll say that as well, like his catchphrase. I'll use it against him just to sound clever. John will fix it. Never mind. Whoosh, kick him out the plane. I'm brilliant, you know. John will fix it. I don't want to be associated with that, though, I guess. If I make little badges, John will fix it. They might get the wrong impression. All right. I've got another game for you, all right? Since there's more of you in the chat. Which one? You're at a shotgun wedding, right? Which woman are you picking to marry? You got to pick one to marry, all right? So that's your options. I'm only going to put them up for a little bit. So get a good look. Get a good look at the beauties, all right? These are your options, ladies and gentlemen. One, you've got an anorexic lady. Number two, you've got a woman who looks exactly like Katie did. Number three, you've got a very large woman. And I suppose they're both large women, 3 and 4, but you've got a choice of black and white. So, yeah, that's your options. What are you picking? What are you picking, ladies and gentlemen? I'm interested to know. Jeez. Yeah, jeez. Beauty, didn't they? Number two. You're doing number two, are you? The drunken hillbilly. I guess that's your best option, isn't it, really? I guess you could do like a Richard Gere on her, like a pretty woman, do her up a bit. I guess that is your best bet. Number three for Dennis. Oh, wow. Wow, big girl. Dennis. Abu will take them all. Abu will take them all. Good. You're going to put all them in your harem. 3 and 4 will take up about the room of 8 people. Prepare for that, Abu. Dennis likes the big Latinas. Right. Number 4 for Hansel. Number 4, the big black mama for Hansel. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm voting for going home and having a wank. That's always a good option as well. Classic option. Classic British option there from Basilisk. He'd bring his harp. Yeah, you'd need one. You'd probably need a few. One wouldn't work. One would just like anger her, I reckon. Mask, bag, yeah. I don't know what our Kenzo's saying there. 3 into. He's talking in some kind of robot code. I think someone's got to him. Over the head. You veto. That's fair enough. That was a good option. Alright. Here we go then. Here's one. It's Lord of the Rings themed, alright? Any of you watched Lord of the Rings before? I'm sure you have, because you're all legends. 3 is an E. I get ya. 3 is... 3 is an E. She's got no knees, if that's what you mean. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Free speech in my chat. Free speech in my chat, there is. Alright. Next one is a Lord of the Rings one. And sorry about the quality of the pictures. Alright, these are your options, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave it up for about 20 seconds. So get a good look at it. I'll leave it up for now. So you can still see me over here. Who are you picking? Who are you sitting next to? If you know the characters from Lord of the Rings, then you'll work out who they are. Personally, I'm probably going to pick... Oh, is it R1? Either between Theoden and Gandalf or Gothmog and Galadriel. I think they're the best conversations. Number 3 for Abu, in between Saruman and Theoden. Yeah, they would have good conversation, wouldn't they? That's what I thought. Liam, 5. 5 for Liam, 3 for Abu. 8. 8, we're getting shot. 7. There isn't an 8. You mean 7? 4. 4 for Dennis. Oh, yeah. Next to the elves. 4 for Liam. 1 for Felix. Oh, God. That's a creepy scene. Yeah, I'm picking 2. I'm picking number 2. Oh, there is a 2. Sorry, I was, is there an 8? Yeah, there is an 8. Sorry, I apologise. I was looking at it weird. You'd be in the Hobbit row. He wants to sit in with the Hobbits. Yeah, I get you now. Number 4. This is a good choice, isn't it? Oh, you want to... Oh, yeah. I get why you want to sit there. To keep Aragorn, to keep her away from Aragorn. Makes sense. Cock block. Yeah, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little thing I was going to do for a laugh. We've also got the Mong of the Week as well, which every week on the show I'm going to pick a person from the real world who is the Mong of the Week, right? And they get an award, and they're the Mong for the whole next week, all right? And this week's Mong, ladies and gentlemen, for the award for Mong of the Week goes to the British Prime Minister Andy Burnham, all right? He is reigning Mong of the Week for the next week until Friday when I do this next dinner time show, all right? Mong of the Week. Mong of the Week. I've got to make some sort of theme for that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for watching. If you do want to donate anything, then just super chat or super thanks or whatever. It will be appreciated. I am talking, I've been doing a few side projects as well. I've got a few irons in the fire, you see. I've got Scab Town skateboards that I'm working on. And I've been lucky enough to get in touch with an actual skateboard company, to be fair. And I've managed to do some deals on doing boards, doing decks, art design, things like that. Thing like that, right? And I'm going to be bringing out a line of skateboards and obviously merchandise to go with those skateboards. And for those of you that didn't see it before, I put out a little Some of you would have saw it, I guess. I'll have to mute it because the music I used on it is copyright. All right, so I'm going to mute the video before I play it. But this is a promo for Scabtown skateboards, and these are some of the skateboard designs that I am making. They are in the stage, all right, of being created. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to mute it, all right. These are some of the decks I'm creating, ladies and gentlemen, that will be available to buy, as well as some handmade painted decks that I'm doing with my artwork on. But here you've got a Scabtown Cruiser. This is just a basic Green Glory. Green Glory. This is one of my first basic designs that I came up with. And this is the purple paint, right? Obviously, a clever play on Purple Rain, because I'm a bit of a Prince fan, right? Yeah, these are basic ones that I made, and this is a series called Bad Robots, right? Now, the first lot of Bad Robots are going to be bong chuffing robots, all right, on these decks. But there are going to be more released. You're going to have your drinking robots, and as a series, right? A series of Bad Robot skateboards, and that the actual background you see there on the deck is a holographic. It's holographically painted, so it's sort of like reflective in light. If you get what I mean, it's as a special coating on each of the Bad Robot collection. And these are old school decks, as you can see by the shape of them. 7-ply Canadian maple. They are all art pieces, and they're rideable as well. They're fully rideable. I sourced the best boards, basically, because I used to be a skateboarder. I used to skateboard back in the day, back in the early 90s. And I used to use a board like that, an old school shaped board like that. They were my favourite. And yeah, this is the Bad Robot collection. These are some of the grip tapes that I've designed. These are grip tapes to go on your board, right? To go on the top of the board. Oh wow! Remember, Hail Johnny and Almighty Chat. More noises. Oh, sorry, that was the noises. The noises were a sound effect that I had playing. They were a sound effect that I couldn't turn off. I couldn't hear it though. I think my speakers are turned off. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. I was playing it and I couldn't hear it. Right. Yeah, sorry. These are some of the grip tapes that I'm designing. And when this is done, I will try and make some kind of online shop. That one there was the Scab. That is a one-off at the minute. I've got no other ones to that yet. That's a thinner old school deck. A bit more. It's about 7 inches, I think, rather than 8 or 6.5. It's a slimmer cruiser board style. Yeah, for more like a pool skating board, like Dogtown style. Like it's more like that. It's better for in pools, basically, smaller areas. The Scab, that's called. This is the Crack Monkey collection. Now, this is my original artwork. I drew this. I've got this on a bit of paper, the original workings of it. And these are the Crack Monkeys. There's 3 of them at the minute. And they're all psychedelic sort of designs. That one's a bit more creepy, a bit more Halloween-y. Crack Monkey. This is a little cruiser. This is like a 22-inch, like a penny cruiser. You know what I mean? The little mini skateboard you get, really tiny ones. But yeah, I'm going to be selling them as well. And that's just plain black, plain green, plain purple with the Scabtown logo on. Some more of the grip tapes for a Scabtown skateboard. You got the Yank and the Scott. Yeah, it's very interesting designing grip tape because I've got to work out what bits are going to get cut off. This is called the Dweeb. This is another run that I'm doing with just a massive nerd on the back of the board. It's called the Dweeb. And these, I think there's 3 of these, different colours, whatever one takes your fancy. There's a pink one for the ladies. More of it. It's more of a girls' board, really. Yeah, Dweeb, that's called. And these are all going to be released. Hello, Koala King. How you doing, mate? The link is in the chat if anyone wants to come in. I might be doing something wrong. Maybe people are trying to come in. I can't see anyone. But yeah, it is in the chat. Yeah, that's the Dweeb collection. And these are ones that I've designed. This next one is Head Wound. There's 3 of these as well. This is a classic old school piece of artwork here. Very popular. It was very popular amongst the people I previewed it to. And there's 3 of these boards. Oh, we got a little pop. Was that a pop? Was that a pop?
We've got a new guest tonight. Who would have guessed? What a sight. Welcome to the Jonny Scab Show. Step right up. Let's go. Jonny Scab Show. Who would have guessed? Jonny Scab Show. Welcome, you're the best. Welcome to the show. Jonny Scab Show. Have a seat, let go. Jonny Scab Show.
How you doing? How are you? Oh, is he up? No, he's not up.
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, that was classy.
How you doing, bud?
That was classy. That was cool. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought I'd try and improve a little bit. Now I've got a paid streaming service. I put a bit of effort in.
Yeah, no, man, that's cool. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stay very long because I'm like date night with the girls.
All right.
We just got L down, but I saw that you sent me the invite, and I saw you live, and I wanted to come in and say hi and say congratulations on the new show.
Thank you, mate. And I hope you come on a bit more.
Thanks, man. Have things been going good for you? Because I haven't seen you around much or anything. Like, how have you been doing?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot better recently. Now I got my new computer and stuff, so I'm trying to set up. Doing other stuff as well. Yeah, I've been all right. Yeah, I've been following you a little bit. You've still been getting in a lot of trouble, haven't you? But
oh yeah, it never ends, man. It never ends.
It just makes you tougher, mate. You're thick-skinned.
Well, that's what you got to get to. It's just like it gets to the point where it just like I hate sort of saying it because I like being a bitch, you know. I like being soft, but it's like I just can't be kind to people anymore. I think, and I'm not saying that to be like woe is me, but like just I keep being kind to people, and it keeps working out bad for me, you know. And I just got to close my heart a bit. I think to
I had the exact same trouble, mate. I was too nice to people, especially people around the Comicsgate scene. I got taken advantage of a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it's how I feel too, man. That's how I feel as well, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't come on here to be all moaning and groaning and bitching. I just didn't want to leave you hanging.
It's nice to see you, and enjoy your date night with your girl.
Yeah. I look forward to catching up with you again, man, and having a proper talk. The last couple of times we've tried to talk, there's been mic problems and stuff, you know. So
yeah,
we haven't had a chance to have a proper sit down.
Doing a regular Friday show now, 12 p.m. GMT. So if you can get around for that, like this sort of time.
I'll make time to do it. It's just again Friday nights, you know, wife time, you know, gotta go be a husband.
I understand, mate, totally.
So thank you for having me, and hello to the chat. I hope you're doing well, and you take care of yourself, Jonny Scab.
Thanks for coming on, mate. I'll catch you in a bit.
Yeah, See you later, man.
Adios. That was Liam Gray, the Koala King. Very good friend of mine. Very honourable man. I like him. Always have. Always been nice to me. I love his artwork. Sure, he's got flaws like every other man. But he's took a lot. He's took a lot on the internet. A lot of undeserved stuff. Back to the boards. Right. This is head wound number 1, green. You got head wound number 2, which is red. And head wound number 3, which is purple. Personally, I find it hard to choose. I like the green and the purple the most, I'd say. But they're all going to be up for sale. And as I said, it's classic old school artwork, really. That's the sort of thing you'd expect to see on an old school deck. I remember sort of things like that back in the day. Yeah, in regards to Liam, we are all flawed, man, but keep working on it. Yeah, we all got flaws. We're all capable of being dickheads now and again when we're having our bad days. But when you got people coming at you 24/7, it just gets beyond the joke, doesn't it? Right, and then next up we got the next board is the Green Glory. The Green Glory number 2. That's the second Green Glory, like the one you've seen in the beginning. The first Green Glory was just that one. But yeah, this is more curved. This is a pool board, you see. It's got more curve to it. You can see if you look at the shape. All these boards are unique, handmade, hand painted, printed. It's all done custom, right? One by one. Not in a factory, not like mashed out in thousands. These are going to be unique one-off boards. You'll only be able to get one of these, possibly. Well, these ones I might sell a few of, but the ones with my artwork on, as in my painted artwork, they're going to be singles, right? They're going to be one-off pieces. But they're also rideable. Like I said, they're not just pieces of art that you stick on your wall. They're quality decks. Canadian maple. This is some of them being designed. Well, the designs of them. This one's called Business, right? Business. This was another popular line when I first showed it. It's a tribute to Eric July, obviously. And it's Business. I kind of like it. I kind of like the simpleness of the design. And I think I've only got 2 of these. Business 1 and Business 2, I think, for now. This is Coke. This is another one of our series that we're going to be doing. Cokehead, the Cokehead board, right? And that's a tribute to another YouTuber. And there's 3 of these. You got the normal one, the basic unfiltered one, the ghoulish sort of gothic black and white one, and then the psychedelic one, the kind of neon 80s Cokehead effect, right? What do you think of them? What do you think of the designs, people? Are they all right? I can make more. I can tweak them. These aren't in final print just yet. I especially like this one. I'm going to get one of these for myself just to ride, I think. These are the basic boards, right? These will be the cheapest. These are just the Scabtown logo boards, right? These plain, simple Scabtown logos on them, right? Number 2. This one is a line in itself. This is Scabtown Digital. Hello, Jay Farley. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you around these parts. More than cope. That would be cope. Yeah, cope. I might have that as another line. You know. Fishhead. This one's called Scabtown Digital, and these designs were based on like 80s computer games. You know, like old school digital sort of pixelated arcade games, right? And they're for the more retro of you out there. Scabtown Doggy Style, right? These are simple boards, plain varnished wood. There's no colour into it. Perfectly natural wood, 7-ply Canadian maple, and the inscription is on there, the design, as you can see. And each Scabtown doggy style board uses a different dog. In this one, you see the British Bull Terrier, the English Bull Terrier, right? In number 2, you've got I think he's a Rottweiler or a Doberman or something. Rottweiler, I think. Number 3, you got like the Bulldog, the classic English Bulldog, and there will be more coming out of that series. Oh, thank you, fucking hell! I've got a €5 super chat off of Dr. Dennis Rodriguez. Thank you, Dennis. It's much appreciated. And that donation will go back into Scabtown Skateboards, because I'm trying to do a start-up at the minute. And anyone who does invest will be getting some goodies from my merchandise. And anyone who wants a skateboard, who actually skates, I could probably sort them out with that too. Thank you, Dennis. That is much appreciated. In fact, traditional from Felix. Yeah, traditional. Good old English dogs, Felix. Good old English dogs. Yeah, so that's the doggy style collection, right? Scabtown doggy style. That's just simple, plain. Some people don't want lots of shit on their boards. This is Scabtown Royal, right? These are all in this, like the robot series. The coating of this is golden, all right? Rather than being holographical, it's golden. It's actually like metallic. Okay, so these are done in a metallic glaze, and they've got Jonny Scab sort of Scabtown skateboards crests on them. All of them are slightly different. And they're sort of like Dungeons and Dragons esque, if you get what I mean. They're very fantastical. These are the Scabtown Royals. And again, very plain, simple boards. This line is just called Fat, as you can see, because it's based on someone with an extremely fat head. It's just called Fat. And again, a very popular line, again, that people, when I showed it to people, they were excited about it. See, on this one, it's mainly pies in the background. That was the original. You've got the pie version. You've got number 2, which is the pizza version. I kind of like that one. I'm a bit more of a pizza man than a pie man. So it kind of suits. You got one for every taste, you see. So the first one's a pie, the second one's a pizza, and the third one, what is the third one? Din, fried chicken. Only fried chicken. For the black fans out there that want to buy a skateboard, that's right down your street. We got one for everyone now. Pizza, pie, chicken. I think there's not someone in the world that doesn't eat one of those things, is there really? Well, unless you live in Ethiopia or something like that. So yeah, that is the fat collection. Very popular again. I'm even thinking of getting one of them printed off for myself, just to ride. To be honest, they're quite cool. The fat one. One of my favourite designs. Based on someone with an extremely massive head. Bulbous almost. And here are the concepts. And the logo, Scabtown Skateboards logo. It's just to bring you out. Yeah, they're just some of the boards I've created. Everyone likes chicken, yeah. But especially black people. They're just some of the boards. I've created. I love it. I got half Caribbean in me, and it gives me a gene that makes me crave chicken. I love it. Fried chicken. If you get a KFC and it's cooked just right, there's nothing like it. But 9 out of 10 times it's sloppy or it's cold or it's soggy in England. That's the problem. That's the problem, you see. They don't take pride over here, their KFCs. They don't take pride at all. And it's not on. It's just not cricket. Because KFC is an institution. It's something that everyone knows, don't they? KFC. Everyone's heard of it. We've got about 20 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, before I end the first show. But before I go, I'm going to have a little look at another guy who I mentioned earlier. Another gentleman called English Ned. Right? And this is his best bits, I think. This is like a compilation of his best parts. And now English Ned is like he's a Manc. He's from near Manchester, like me. And he's a bit like an auditor, basically. He's an auditor that goes out and calls out lefties. And he's mates with young Bob, who we were watching earlier. He's mates with young Bob. I'll put him on now. And you'll hear a real Manc accent here, all right? Because my accent isn't like fully Manc because I've lived in London a long time. But this guy, you'll hear it, all right?
Patriots, brothers and sisters from up and down this great country of ours. It's me, English Ned. And guess what? 1 year. 1 whole year since I pressed the record button and thought to myself, sod it, let's have a go. And what a year it's been, eh? From those first...
Right. The way he's speaking now, his accent, that was my original accent until I was about 16. Well, I spoke with that accent, so imagine that.
shaky moments outside them hotels and marches, standing there with a camera thinking, what the hell am I doing? To running about Manchester, Bristol, Leeds, Liverpool, Chester, Cornwall, you name it. Chaos, bricks, horse poop, crazy lefties, and
he's had some right mental lefties on him, trust me, some right nutters.
Tifa drumming like they're possessed, women's rights marches with men in dresses, free speech rallies, St. George's flags flying high, and more banter than you can shake a stick at. We've laughed our heads off, we've had the good vibes, we've had proper kick-offs, we've had the near arrests and the actual ones. We've had the megaphone moments, the evening walks, the late night lives, the is right chants ringing out, and more than a few times where the only thing you could do was point and laugh. And through it all, you lot, the subscribers, the real...
Just to warn you, he's got a purposely annoying laugh, right? He laughs at lefties with this annoying laugh just to wind them up. And it works.
The ones who stuck around, shared videos, dropped a comment, joined the lives for a chat and a laugh, and kept the energy going when it got rough. Without you, this channel wouldn't be anything. Simple as. So here's a proper compilation of the year that was. The highlights, the madness, the laughs, the fights, the good company, and everything in between. A little overview so the new ones can see where we've come from and the old ones can have a reminisce. So, proud Englishman till the day I drop, straight white male, unvaxxed, still standing, is...
You tell him, Ned. You tell him, my son.
Right, now sit back, crack open a brew and enjoy the ride. This is English Ned, 1 year, let's go.
Right, so this is going to be my first video. You might know me from Manchester on the Saturdays with MKR Audits, My Mate Breaks Don't Work, Charlie Beach obviously.
The Lesbian Cartel, My Breaks Don't Work, and MKR Audits. Saturday, let's go!
Where's Marcus?
Very polite.
No, I can't believe it. Thanks, Charlie. You're right, mate. You're right, Ted. Well, look who I bumped into here in Chester.
Hey, everyone.
In Nottingham. With the Charlie, obviously.
No one likes me, do they?
No one likes me because I just say it as it is, the truth.
So here he is.
Half you.
Come to cause trouble.
You're right, mate.
They care about the future.
I've met this guy as well. When I met young Bob, he was with English Ned and this guy, Hugh Anthony, another intelligent young man.
They care about their kids, they care about their jobs. We're going to prioritise Britain and we're going to win.
Yeah, baby!
What about you, Fred? What are you saying? You all right, mate?
Hello.
famous Fred the bodyguard there, world famous. Started as Charlie Veach's bodyguard, became a bodyguard for many other YouTubers, including Americans and stuff. He's a good man, our Fred. There he is. There, look.
Hello.
Tickets, please. We're in Blackpool today with the girls. Obviously, yes, obviously.
I fucking hate one.
They're two women called the Lesbian Cartel. They're other auditors that go out, right wingers, basically.
Bloody hell, they must be expecting something big today.
Leave the guns alone.
Fucking you belong to very Christmassy they are.
Yes, Tommy lads! Yes! Yes, lads!
Yeah, baby. Don't drink alcohol, spending money on food, all right? So here we are, me and the girls. This is one of the true heroes in Manchester, and he is. What filthiness is going on down here? These are all scumbags, these are.
It's Jasmine! Look at this one here! It's turned up! Hey!
Who's that mob harassment?
Shut up! Look at this! It's it's Estrogen Boy! Estrogen Hamster! Estrogen Hamster! Yes! Stop swearing or I'll report you, you're offending me. Fuck off, you fucking far left twat. Yeah, baby! Yeah! Far left scum! Off our street! Far left scum! Off our street! Leftist Antifa! Off our street! Leftist Antifa! Off our street! Mate, sort your hair out, you gimp. Hey, Stuart here, the little muppet. Oh, step pike, you prick.
We're late, so we're going to have to run for this train now.
As you can hear, he don't hold back.
But it is a bit cold, so it will warm us up, so you've got to take the positives from the negatives.
Would you let a random stranger into your house with your wife and kids? Would you? No, I would never. No, I wouldn't, because I'm a man. Fuck off, you dirty little fucking scumbag. Fuck off. Say it loud and say it clear. Donald Trump is welcome here.
English Ned, ladies and gentlemen. He's a good lad, our Ned. Good lad indeed. Now we are getting near the end of the show. Adieu. Oh, we are near the end of the show. Another 10 minutes though. Another 10 minutes. Don't worry just yet. Yeah. English Ned is a good lad. They're good people to watch. If you're interested in Britain and the streets, they get out there. They get out there and they film properly stuff that people don't talk about normally. They get out there in the brunt of it most of the time. It's been a pleasure having a show back again, being able to stream again. It's been a long time. Been a long time since I came on, and we've had Liam Gray pop in to say hello. That's always an honour. The Koala King. From now on, ladies and gentlemen, I am taking over Friday afternoons, 12 p.m. GMT, live from London. Come and watch the Jonny Scab show where we talk about everything, debating. I've been looking up, obviously introducing you to new people. We played a few games earlier in the show. Yeah, it's a whole new thing. Scabcast might come back eventually, but that'll be a late night thing. This is my main show for now, all right? And anyone is welcome on here. Just don't be a cunt. If you're on here, I'll give you strikes, all right? If you're messing about, I don't take no nonsense. But yeah, apart from that, we'll have a laugh, all right? I'll try and get some good people on here. I'm in conversation with the famous horror author, Steve Stockton, who I interviewed in the past. You can look that up on my channel. And we're going to do a follow-up interview, checking on how his life is. He had a baby, obviously, last time we spoke. I'm good friends with Steve. Those of you that haven't heard of him, he's got a massive channel. He does about basically like paranormal, missing people. Steve Stockton. You can look him up on YouTube, everything, X. Missing people sort of stuff. And the interview I did with him is still on my channel. We're going to do a follow-up interview for that because he's a very interesting fella. We learned in the last interview that his mother, she had she was a self-proclaimed she had the gift, if you know what I mean. She could see ghosts or spirits or communicate with them. And he said that he was a skeptic when he was a kid, that he thought his mum was making it up. Steve Stockton, we done our own show. It was the show Johnny Talks with Steve Stockton. It was a whole interview just for Steve, Dennis. But yeah, you can look it up. It'll be on one of my playlists, I think. Johnny Talks with. And after I interviewed him, I interviewed a lesser known sort of person that done ghost hunting. I've had Matthew. There's a few interviews I've had. But yeah, we're going to do a follow-up interview because I found him very interesting. Very interesting indeed. And as you can probably tell with this show now, I'm so professional. I've even got an outro lined up for you lovely people, right? I know on Scabcast we used to use the legend, Danny. Goodbye, everybody. But this one is a bit different. More befitting with the show. But yeah, we can look forward to Steve Stockton eventually in the near future coming on and having an interview. And if there's anyone else that you'd like to see me interview or me to get hold of, Danny, yeah. I've been trying to get hold of Danny, but he's a hard man to get hold of. He's only got like TikToks and Instagram. I'm not really on those things. But yeah, he'd be a great one to get on the show. Obviously a legend in himself. He was kind of like, I made him like a staple of Scabcast. Everyone expected Danny, and Top G as well. His tune Top G. He's a legend, Danny. But I've had to switch it up for this show, a bit more classy, like, because it's the Jonny Scab show. It's a daytime show. I have swore quite a lot. I'll try not to so much in future, but it can't be helped. I'm English. But yeah, it's more of a daytime show. I want to get people on. I want to have a little chat. It's a shame Liam couldn't stay on just now. He's on a date. It's night time where he is. It's midday here. It's coming up to like 2 o'clock. But yeah, I'll get some more interesting people on in future. I'd like to get a few on. There's a lot of people I didn't get to chat to when I last live streamed that I could chat to a bit better now. Yeah, it happens. It happens. We all let an F-bomb slip now and again, don't we? Or a C-bomb or whatever you want to, whatever your poison is. Especially being British. It's a common thing here. Like, we swear in everyday sort of sentences. It's like, oh, fucking hell. It's like basic, everything. Everything you say, usually you add a swear word to it or something. It's kind of, or curse words, as Americans call it. But usually, yeah, I let it slip out when I shouldn't. But I want to thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna kick into the outro in a minute. Thank you, Dennis, for your kind donation, and anyone who does donate in future, just know that I am going to be taking your names because it's going to go towards the Scadtown Skateboards Startup Fund, all right? And you will be getting merchandise out of that. Think of it as an investment. Every bit of money's going to it. I need to get boards painted and all sorts. But yeah, thank you very much. That was very generous of you, Dennis. As it is with anyone who super chats usually. It's kind of like, it's amazing really, isn't it? It's nice how people are willing to help, isn't it? Basically. And we've hit the 5-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being such an amazing audience, as you always are, my loyalists, my friends. I appreciate you all. Have a brilliant time, and I'll catch you next Friday, or maybe sooner. Who knows? We might have a little surprise show sometime. Have a great day, great night, wherever you are.
The curtain drops so slow tonight on vinyl floors and silver light. Your laughing shoes are by the door, and I can hear the last encore. The coffee's cold, the roses bend. We played the fool, we played pretend. Now here's my hand, now here's my bow. I'm smiling like I'm learning how. Don't ask me why the spotlight fades. Every clown must clear the stage. I'll tip my hat, I'll play it true. One last line, then I lose you. So long, Jonny Scab. So long, Jonny Scab. You made us laugh, you made us cry. Now wave that grin and say goodbye. So long, Jonny Scab. My friend. So long, Jonny Scab. The end. The house goes dark, the band goes soft, but your big bad heart lives on and on. The makeup cracks, the trumpet sighs, the moon gets caught in tired eyes. Your lucky chair, your yellow scarf, still hanging there, still tearing hearts. We sold the dream, we sold the jam. We took the hits, we took the glam. And every joke you flung too fast was just a prayer to make it last. Now fold the tent, now close the lid. Bless every mess the night once did. I'll crack a smile, I'll take my cue. One last wink and I'm through with you. So long, Jonny Scab. So long, Jonny Scab. You made us laugh, you made us cry. Now wave that grin and say goodbye. So long, Jonny Scab. My friend. So long, Jonny Scab. The end. The house goes dark, the band goes soft, but your big bad heart lives on and on. If the world forgets your name, I'll still hear you call my name. Through the brass and through the rain, through the hush behind the pane. Take your bow, my stubborn star. You've been brave just as you are. If the road is cruel and long, let this old room sing your song. So long, Jonny Scab. So long, Jonny Scab. You made us laugh, you made us cry. Now wave that grin and say goodbye. So long, Jonny Scab. So Scab. The house goes dark, the band goes soft, but your big bad heart lives on and on. Good night, good night. Take your fine